Ready. Give it. So, in this video, it's day number this number. I'm gonna know the order yet on the screen there.
Or if there's gonna be more than two.
Let's turn some lights on. Boom! No, it didn't work. 1 second. Let's turn some more lights on. Boom! Boom! There it is. What we've got in this video today is at least what we think is a fairly comprehensive list of all the cannons, or at least it's a pretty good list of how to defend against all the types of cannons. Obviously, we're not going to cover every type of cannon. Fairly comprehensive list of all the notable cannons and the defenses against it. And then we've got these just for video making purposes so I can see them a bit easier. Mr. Sandman. So, normal shooting, just one-shotting. We're gonna say that we're not, you know, like single stacking or stacking in multiple shots. Oh, look, it's a void stacker.
At Elmo.
Yeah. If they're straight shooting, it's a fairly easy thing to defend against, right?
Yeah.
Grab your obsidian. I've already got some inventory. Grab your obsidian and go to town on this thing. Just go through each wall. Just completely spam it. If you've got a lot of walls, let's say you've got even 20 walls, right? There's no way they're gonna have a guy at every wall watching. You can just slip and slide straight down into this wall, spam your obsidian and get the hell out of there. And then their raid's pretty much slowed down by about 5 minutes until you can do it again and again and again. Bring me a dream. Bum, 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 bum. Left shooters. They're an ugly beast. They are. They're a pain in the ass to get to function if you don't know how to do it right, which we don't very well.
He doesn't. I'm a god at them.
Yeah, of course. A lot of the time, what'll happen is they'll tunnel into the wall, most times, and then they'll reverse straight up through this. So a lot of the time, what you'll be seeing at the edge of your base is something that looks a bit like this. If this was your wrap, they would be coming in here, and they'd be using a back stack of sand to stack. This is right, actually, but who knows their directions these days? Making a left shooter not work is so easy. It's just...
Or a right shooter in this case.
You can do practically anything to stop a left shooter. Probably just you being there is enough to stop the left shooter.
Because they'll panic and hit the button and then it won't work.
They're so temperamental a lot of the time. I mean, break their back stack, that's going to take them another, what, 20 minutes? Put a block in front of it, that's going to throw off everything that they've aimed for.
Because they have to knock out the block, but they have to make sure they don't accidentally blow their own back stack up. Let's say this is like 20 walls out, right? Sponge!
Yep, and it's gone. It's it. That's all you need to do. Buy a sponge.
This is like, if they're like going to try and do something fancy, going like 20 walls to the left, sponge. Yeah. Pretty easy to place.
You're the suicide sponge bomber. Just do it. It's fine. You got it. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Bum, bum, bum. Things with revving. Again, it's a little bit more temperamental. Revving less so. Rev-lefting more so. That's on the next little topic that'll pop up. Revving, as long as you it's the same sort of concept as a left shooter. As long as you have the water layers here, they're already going through something. If you have the means to mess up their sand pillar, it's going to take them a while to get that back. Obviously, if they've tunneled to your walls, something that a lot of people will do is they'll just go in, they'll do the same sort of thing that you'll do on a normal wall, grab your obsidian out, get your water buckets, water and obsidian up that tunnel. I'm gonna make a square tunnel.
This is canon. They're raiding you.
This is canon! So, this is their cannon they've been tunneling you with. Obviously, it's a square tunnel. They got pretty powerful cannon. They can do that nowadays. If you run into their tunnel, you can even be back here just so he doesn't see you, and the raid's done. It's that simple. As long as you can block up the tunnel, place your water buckets, and it's done. It's
always best to find the barrel coordinates. Let's say it's a lot of Wi-Fi. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just do this.
The beauty of the tunnel is the fact that a tunnel will be a lot smaller than this, and you can just fill up. Obviously, this is a gigantic tunnel, but you can just fill up the entire thing and just spam it like that. Jitter click your way through. Another easier way to stop a reverse raid, other than the tunnel and just place blocks in the tunnel, is you can just. Obviously, there are going to be more people around here because they'll be want to watch the raid. If you break this sand stack or anything behind it, if you break any of this sand, that's pretty much their raid progress. Oh, well done. nice fast placing for that. If you break any of these sand pillars, or all of them,
raid's
in fact,
over.
Raid's over. They'll either have to do all of that again.
They'll just leave.
The best way to stop a raid is crush the morale.
Once they think they can't do it, they're done.
Like roses and clover. Rev-lefting, right? It's much the same concept as reversing and how to stop reversing. You can obviously do the thing in the tunnel. If you find their tunnel, find their coordinates, just place blocks. It'll stop their cannon. That's our rev-left, just over there. It'll stop their cannon as well as a reverse will.
Actually, can we do this section slightly badly?
What do you mean?
We use rev-left.
No. We're not going to do that.
I don't tell them anything wrong, just don't include everything.
We still want to have, some advantage.
Yeah.
Everyone worth raiding with a rev left will already know this.
No, not on the stereo.
The way rev-lefting works is they will go underneath your walls. They will go up through here, and at some point they will go directly right. We're always on the right-hand side, but I'm sorry, that's just going to be how it is. They're going to go straight right through here, bigger hole, but and they're going to eventually breach your base and get all your sweet sweet, sweet loot, such as the empty obsidian box that we've got set up over there.
Damn, that's some nice obsidian.
Obviously, there's more detailed ways when you're building your walls. One easy way, if you haven't already set up your defenses, is run along your walls and place water buckets on the bottom.
No, can we not include that?
No, we're including it.
No one does that on Dysteria, though.
I know.
Please.
No, we're including it because the people need to know. We can't just have the advantage.
Because no one has done this like all map, and we've opened so many bases with it.
People on Dysteria, take note. I'm leaving this in the video.
I hate you.
To give some context, we've raided about 3 bases with Rev-left because they haven't done that, so it is really a valuable thing.
That's like 3 $500 million plus bases. For Rev-lefting, there'll be a big pillar here of sand. If we were raiding you, it would be about there. There wouldn't be a tunnel, by the way, because we don't need one, because ours also mid-air stacks.
Okay, if we're gonna brag, right, there are left shooters that shoot straight into nothingness and then go straight up. A lot of them will look kind of like this at the bottom. They'll have a broken sand pillar from this original shot going up and tunneling up, and then they'll be using this as a backboard for every other shot going up and then to the left. That's what they'll be doing. Because there are cannons like that, I don't want to really tell anyone wrong information, so we won't just be covering this. Oh look, it's in the shape of an L.
If there's a big pillar like this,
that's why you should be scared.
done. That will stop any further shots from going in.
If you've been breached, it's usually
too late.
If they're going through walls already, maybe they haven't breached yet, take that sand stack down.
And then put pillars lined up with where it was they were shooting from. You should be able to work out where they were shooting from.
So what you can do is, if they are doing the mid-air thing, you can take this wall down and let the water flow down it, and that will act as your little like corner pillar for...
And then you dump a load more on it.
Yeah, and that'll act as your corner pillar for that, and then dump a lot of more walls after that. Putting walls in the way will always slow someone down, that's the point of walls. But it'll always slow someone down. Obviously there are better methods to taking down certain raids, that we says left shooters, fucking anything. Reverses take away the sand stack, but a lot of raids mostly come under the all-encompassing solution of more walls. You just need to put walls in the way. Tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Next. Whole wall removers. They're a bit of a weird one. They were invented by someone that we don't know, and we don't have one to show you because we're not that good at cannoning.
He isn't. I am.
We're working on taking him to a doctor. It's like a multiple personality disorder. He thinks he's K-Man every now and then.
I am K-Man. Take that back.
The way they work is they will make an original... they'll make the original stack going down. They'll nuke just as a normal nuker does, but on the way down they'll shoot shots to the side that also tunnel effect. Most common bottom to top. It'll happen in reverse. So what'll happen is, imagine this in slow motion. Oh, in fact, I'll include a clip now. As you can see, what they did is it went up the wall, and as it was going up, it shot reverse tunnel shots to the side. And then what's going to happen with these walls is, I know it may look like they can get through one wall, but what's one wall to save an entire array of walls later down the road? If you put this here, they won't be able to nuke anything else on the wall down there. Usually this is reserved for the very edges of your buffer. You do about 10 walls of these things. Especially if you've got wraps.
30 most, probably.
Yeah, if you've got wraps that go 20 chunks long, you're definitely going to want these, because imagine if someone takes the whole wall nuker to a 20 chunk long wall, that's going to be a lot repairing for you. But with this, you can put it down to like, what, 2 chunks, 1 chunk worth of damage?
The fastest way to repair a wall that gets nuked is to gen it back. Here, you have to gen it back in like 8 places.
So yeah, the way you stop these things is just put cuts straight down the wall. The water will flow into them, you'll be fine. You'll never stop them, but that is how you mostly reduce the effects of a whole wall nuker.
You also do this.
Yeah.
Because then they can't go up. That stops the bottom to top ones.
Do you remember what I said about that Rev-left? If you've got water on the bottom, and you can also do these things, you put the same sort of cuts in them, relatively lower to the wall, just so you don't have cuts in the middle of your wall.
It means that if they nuke, they don't take out half the wall, they take out like 10 blocks.
However, they are incredibly effective, and they will pretty much stop it if they're going, obviously if they're going straight up like this. If you have these in every wall, if they're going straight up, they'll only get to here. They'll only break this bit. If you like this video, leave a like, and as always guys, have fun, play some factions. See you in the next video. Bye. Bye.